Guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, the marquee signing search for Barcelona continues. Right now, the Erling Haaland operation looks pretty much impossible, and the two leading candidates after him are Lewandowski and Mo Salah, and we have an update on both their transfers to Barcelona this summer, and also on Raphinha as well. Right now, he has no release clause at Leeds this summer if they stay in the Premier League, but if they get relegated, it will be 25 million euros. Barcelona don't want to spend any more than that. They could include Trincao in the operation, Ricky Puig or Mingueza, but again, Raphinha's arrival will have to depend on the future of Ousmane, Dembele, and Adama Traore. And also, the club will be in the market for free transfers as well this summer. Azpilicueta is no longer a free agent because his contract got automatically extended by Chelsea because he played a certain amount of minutes. So that's going to be complicated now. If we want Azpilicueta this summer, we have to pay some transfer fee for him. And secondly, on Mazraoui, Bayern Munich are really pushing for his transfer, and right now it's a two-horse race for his signature between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. And lastly, we have an update on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi, which is now in the final stages. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player that we have been linked with is Robert Lewandowski, coming in from Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying there is nothing advanced with Robert Lewandowski at this current moment. He is behind Haaland and Salah in the list of priorities. Barcelona don't doubt his quality, but the problem is, of course, his age. The transfer fee Bayern Munich would also demand, and his high salary as well will also be a problem. So we have talked to Lewandowski over the past few weeks. No talks, of course, with Bayern Munich, just to see where the player is at, how he's feeling, and if he does come to Barcelona, what would he ask for? And again, the transfer fee from Bayern Munich will be very high for his age, of course, around 30 to 40 million euros. His salary will be high as well, around 250 to 300,000 euros per week. So again, there's complications, but at the moment, Erling Haaland and also Mo Salah are ahead in the pecking order. Matteo Morito from Sky Sports came out saying that in recent weeks, there have been contacts between Joan Laporta and Lewandowski's agent Xavi. They have a great relationship. There is no agreement with the player, nor Barcelona have made any offer to Bayern Munich, but the club is attentive to a situation. And also, this is an exclusive from Barca Buzz on Twitter, so credit to them. They talked to Matteo Morito, and he said that Lewandowski is open to the possibility of playing for Barcelona. He sees Barca with good eyes. So Lewandowski wants to come to Barcelona. He is open to it, but of course, he wants to come to La Liga, and if Real Madrid come knocking on the door, he'll go to Real Madrid ahead of us because Real Madrid is his boyhood club, whatever. But of course, he would accept the move to Barcelona. The question is now, will that happen? Again, with his age, I personally wouldn't go for Lewandowski. I'd rather go for, I don't know, anyone else. I feel like this, again, like I said in yesterday's video, it's a very Bartomeu signing in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. Finnish striker coming in on big, well, not Finnish, like a striker coming to the end of his career on big wages, come and do a job for like a year or two, and that's it. I thought we already did that with Aubameyang. We have Aubameyang now. Let's now focus on something else. But of course, the market right now is a bit all over the place for the strikers. There's not really anything, available except for Darwin Núñez, who will cost around 70 million euros, and Arsenal, Man United also want him as well. So wait and see with Lewandowski. Is not a priority for the club, but the club are keeping tabs on his situation. Now, the player who is definitely ahead of Lewandowski in that marquee signing pecking order is without a doubt Mo Salah. Of course, similar to Robert Lewandowski, he has 1 year left on his contract this summer, and Sport came out saying that Mo Salah has risen in Barcelona's number 9 shortlist. Now, couple of things. He is not a number 9. He is a winger. He can play there. He plays there, here and there, maybe 1 to 3 games a season. He's not a number 9. And apparently Sport have the short list of the 9s that Barcelona want. Absolute crap. They also came out saying that Barcelona have a 60% chance of signing Mo Salah this summer. He wants to leave Liverpool and can play as a striker or a winger. Now, when I saw this, I'm like, 60%? I'm thinking like 5 or 10%. Looks like I could be wrong. It could be 0% because Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Mo Salah is not planning to go to La Liga as of this current moment. His contract situation at Liverpool remains complicated, but there is nothing serious between him and Barcelona. so far. So again, like Lewandowski, just general interest, seeing what's happening. We first have to wait for Erling Haaland's final decision. Of course, looks like Barcelona have absolutely no chance of signing him this summer, which does suck. Once he makes that final decision, he makes that announcement, then we know Barcelona have money, and let's see where they spend it. Of course, Mo Salah could be an option, but of course, if he does leave Liverpool, he wants at least 400k a week, and the question is, will Barcelona give that to him? They didn't want to give it to Erling Haaland. Will they give it to someone who's older, entering the prime of his career? This for me smells a lot like Antoine Griezmann. Of course, Griezmann, when we got him, was in the prime of his career. We gave him 700k a week, and look how that turned out. I'm not comparing the two players, I'm comparing the two situations. So we'll wait and see with Mo Salah. Right now, nothing with Barcelona and him, just general interest. But a winger from the Premier League who is very close to joining Barcelona and has already agreed personal terms with the club is the Brazilian winger from Leeds United, Raphinha, and we do have a lot of updates about his situation. Firstly, coming in from Sport, some absolute nonsense yet again. They've come out saying that Barcelona want to increase their offer to Raphinha to 40 million euros fixed plus 10 million euros in bonuses if Leeds stay in the Premier League. They are not in any hurry right now. Raphinha wants to join Barcelona. They hope Deco can persuade Leeds to accept that offer. Absolute crap. We are not paying a penny more than 25 million euros for Raphinha. We've not offered 35. We're not going to offer 40 plus 10 million in variables fixed. Absolute crap. For that money, you can keep Adama and get a left back. Why would you spend that all on a winger? It makes no sense. Sport again coming out with nonsense. Mundo Deportivo came out saying the obstacle in Raphinha's transfer to Barcelona, if Leeds stay in the Premier League, they want at least 50 million euros, having Ferran Torres' transfer as a reference, including Francisco Trincao in the deal, is an option right now being evaluated by Barcelona. Now this makes more sense. Whatever Leeds want, it does not matter. What matters is what Barcelona can offer. We can offer 25 million euros plus another player. Who will that player be? Mengueza, Ricky Puig, Trincao, all options on the table right now. And again, what Leeds are saying is that, look, you paid 55 million euros for Ferran Torres. We want that same money for Raphinha. Makes sense, but again, we're not going to pay that. We'll make our offer. If they reject it, they will reject it. Now, there is some big news about Raphinha over the past 24 hours. Fabrizio Romano came out saying the 75 million euro release clause, if Leeds stayed in the Premier League, is no longer valid. But the 25 million euro release clause, if they get relegated, is still valid. So Barcelona will have to negotiate with Leeds United if they stay in the Premier League. So the 75 million euro release clause is not valid anymore. It is no longer there. The Leeds United sporting director came out doing I think a radio show with Radio Marca. He came out saying the Raphinha clause, if we stay in the Premier League, is no longer valid. The only release clause he has in his contract is if they get relegated, which will be 25 million euros. Now, if Leeds get relegated, Barcelona, I can guarantee you this right now, will activate that release clause 100%. Of course, other clubs will do so as well, but in the end, Raphinha will decide to join Barcelona 100%. And finally, having Miguel from AES came out saying that Raphinha right now is not a priority for Barcelona. No more than 25 million euros will be paid for the transfer. The club will not enter any auction for the Brazilian, and a player swap at the moment is complicated. Again, we're not going to pay a cent more than 25 million euros for Raphinha. The question now is, will Leeds get relegated or not? If they do, 25 million euros, bada bing, bada boom, he'll be a Barcelona player. If they stay in the league, that's where the questions will come in. But of course, it will rely a lot on the future of Ousmane Dembele and Adama Traore. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But again, the club will not spend any penny more than 25 million euros for Raphinha this summer. Now, a forward that the president, Joan Laporta, absolutely loves but will not be joining Barcelona anytime soon is, of course, Joao Felix. After the interview yesterday, has sparked up some rumors in the media. Golub came out saying that Laporta once again showed his admiration for Joao Felix last night in his interview, but Atletico Madrid's response is the same. He is not for sale. Barcelona have tried to sign him multiple times, but Atletico did not contemplate his departure. If Laporta swapped him for Griezmann last summer, that would have been one of the greatest transfers I would have ever seen in my life. I think Joao Felix is a great player, but again, he has that same profile as Memphis and Griezmann and Coutinho, that center forward in Barcelona. doesn't really fit in my opinion, especially in the system of Xavi. But you know what? It's not going to happen anyways. It's just a dream. But keep your eyes on Joao Felix in the future if he is available, if he wants to leave Atletico Madrid, contract, situations. Barcelona will be there to pounce, especially if Juan Laporta is still the president. Now, with the lack of funds at the club this summer, the club will focus a lot on free agent transfers. And one of those names on the table is Noussair Mazraoui from Ajax. Sky Sports came out saying that Bayern Munich are determined to sign Mazraoui this summer and have improved their offer. The club has very good cards and the offer is really good for Mazraoui. Munich now is a serious option. Meanwhile, Barcelona have been confident for weeks. The decision now will be up to the player. And Fabrizio Romano came out back in that statement as well. And he came out saying that Bayern Munich are really pushing to sign Noussair Mazraoui this summer and had made an improved offer to him. Barcelona's offer is still valid and on the table right now. It is now a two-horse race and an open race between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. So let's see what happens. Watch this space. I think if Mazraoui is smart, he'll choose Bayern Munich on the simple fact that we already have two right backs at the moment. And if he does choose Bayern Munich, Haaland deal is 100% collapsed and confirmed in my opinion. If he does come though, we still have that chance with Haaland and also will do Mino Raiola a favor for the future as well. So keep that in mind. But again, two-horse race. Do I hope we sign him? Yes, I think he's a great right back. And of course, if we don't renew Dani Alves, we don't have to look for another right back. And we know if a good offer comes in for Dest, let's say in the last month of the summer, we have that opportunity to sell him as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Two-horse race between Barcelona and Bayern Munich for the signature of Mazraoui. Now, another free agent that Barcelona have also been keeping tabs on and are pushing for, but is no longer a free agent, is Cesar Azpilicueta. Firstly, coming in from Deportivo, they've come out saying that Barcelona want to sign Azpilicueta and will start negotiating with Chelsea if necessary once they have a new owner. Azpi sees the option of joining Barcelona very favorable, but he wants to leave Chelsea on good terms. Barcelona like Azpilicueta a lot due to his versatility, experience, and leadership qualities. Xavi, being a former teammate, knows that he can contribute a lot on and off the field and has asked the club to make an effort to sign him this summer. So Xavi is pushing for the signing of Azpilicueta this summer. Of course, can play right back, left back, and center back. Great leader, great warrior on the pitch. We have a 2-year contract plus 1-year option on the table for him. But now we have to talk with Chelsea because his contract over the past 24 to 48 hours has been automatically extended. Nathan Gibson from the UK has come out saying the option to extend Azpilicueta's contract at Chelsea for another year has been exercised. And before the sanctions were imposed on Chelsea, he already told close friends that he will join Barcelona this summer. So this sanction has really cost Barcelona on this operation to get Azpilicueta for a free deal. Apparently he had some minutes that he had to play or to get that contract automatically extended. He reached those minutes and now the contract was automatically extended for another year, which does mean if we want Azpilicueta this summer, we have to pay some money to Chelsea. Right now we're hearing around about 5 to 10 million euros. I mean, that could have been 5 or 10 million euros for some other deal. It kind of sucks now, but we'll have to wait and see. Xavi is again really pushing for this signing. And lastly, Matteo Morito from Sky Sports came out saying that Azpilicueta has not yet chosen his destination. He's waiting for Chelsea's new ownership to arrive and for talks for a renewal to resume. Barcelona and Xavi still want him. So again, Azpilicueta will wait for the new owner to come in at Chelsea. He'll talk with him, see where they're at, and then he'll make his decision. So we'll have to wait and see. With this contract being automatically extended, it will, of course, favor Chelsea for him staying there rather than coming to Barcelona. But again, what sucks right now is that he will not be a free agent. If he does come to Barcelona this summer, it does look like we'll have to pay a small fee. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. A player out on loan, of course, who has been rumored to leave to his current loan club is Antoine Griezmann. Now, Cutrone have come out saying that Antoine Griezmann will also play on loan at Atletico Madrid next season. Simeone's team will wait until the last minute to exercise their purchase option on the player, and I will explain that in just a second. Also, Gol have come out saying that Atletico Madrid are not obliged to pay 40 million euros for Griezmann at the end of the season. They must agree on a loan for another year, and if he plays at least 50% of the games he's available for by the end of next season, 2022-2023, then Atletico Madrid must buy him for 40 million euros. So here's the situation with Antoine. Of course, his loan this year is going to end, And Atletico now have to talk with Barcelona to extend that loan for another year. Apparently now it's going to be automatically extended because this season he played more than 50% of the game. So again, they give some small fee to Barcelona, probably like 5 million euros, something like that, maybe even nothing. And then next season, if he plays 50% of the games that he's available for, they must buy him for 40 million euros. That's when the buy option becomes a mandatory option. So very, very complicated. Of course, we had to do this to get rid of Antoine Griezmann at the last second last summer to reduce that wage bill, of course, on 700k a week, which Atletico Madrid now are paying every single penny of that, which of course is fantastic. But of course that does mean we won't get him off the wage bill officially until next year, and also that 40 million euros will not come this year, that will come next year as well. So we can't really include that in the budget and all that sort of stuff, which sucks a bit, but in the end it is what it is. But a forward who is currently at Barcelona, who will most likely leave the club this summer, is the GOAT weight Martin Braithwaite. Sport have come out saying that Martin Braithwaite knows that he has to leave the club this summer. Xavi does not count on him. He needs to play regularly now to be part of Denmark's World Cup squad. Braithwaite has a good market, especially in the Premier League. He had, I think, 2 or 3 years left on his contract. If we can get anything more than 10 million euros for him, perfecto. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, we know that West Ham were interested in the past alongside Everton. Southampton were interested as well. There is a market for him. Let's hope it's a permanent sale, not like another loan like Griezmann, a loan for this season, loan for that season. We need some, straight cash in at this moment. It won't be easy to sell Braithwaite. Of course, other clubs know that, look, he's been on the bench for the past season. He's like the 8th choice attacker for Barcelona. It will be difficult to sell him, but of course, there are clubs interested in him. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But again, most likely this summer, it will be the end of GOAT weight at Barcelona. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Just one update today, but it's a big one on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Gavi's contract renewal is in the final stages at Barcelona. They need one more meeting to complete everything. Everything is in place since months, but it's not done yet due to the salary balance situation at Barcelona. But both parties are optimistic that the deal will get done. So all we have to do is just sit down with Gavi one more time, review the contracts, and sign it. That's all we need for Gavi right now. But of course, we gotta, get the CVC deal done first, sell Barca Studios, get the sleeve sponsor. There are other priorities that we have to do in order, of course, to reduce that wage bill at Barcelona and bring in some, cash injection as well. Loan from Goldman Sachs as well. We're still waiting for that. So that's why this deal is, dragging out. But there is a, verbal agreement with Gavi, if you want to say that, because all we have to do now is sit down one more time and review everything and sign it. But of course, with Araujo, it's still negotiation phases for him, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully this is going to be done very, very soon. But again, Gavi's contract renewal is in the final stages. All that is needed now is for him to put pen and paper onto that contract. Now, the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. I know I just said we only have one update, but this has just come out as I'm recording this video. It's coming in from Alfredo Martinez, who for me, alongside Gerardo Romero, is the best source in Barcelona. He's come out saying that Barcelona have contacted Ousmane Dembele's agent, Moussa Sissoko. They have called him for a meeting for the next few days. There is a presentation of both sides. Something has changed. Xavi is delighted with Ousmane Dembele. Oh, we're cooking, boys. So apparently, Laporta has called Sissoko and told him, hey, come to the offices. Let's have a chat. Apparently, everything has changed since January until now. The clubs are on better terms with Sissoko now. They're willing to talk, and in the end, both parties want to stay. The question is now, can they reach an agreement? So meetings over the next couple of days is going to be big, and I think this will define whether or not Ousmane Dembele will stay at Barcelona or leave. Of course, I'm still sticking by my word, 99%. He will leave the club this summer. The club only want to pay him like 200,000 euros per week, and he wants 8,000. There's a 600,000 per week difference at the moment. Can they reach an agreement? It is possible, but we'll have to wait and see. The most important thing now is that a meeting has been scheduled. Now, Laporta said in the media, he has to come call us, we're not gonna call him, and now he has called Sissoko. I don't know, maybe Sissoko called him first, but in the end, a meeting has been scheduled. So I'll have to wait and see what happens. The big news will come out over the next week or so about Ousmane Dembele, but there is a meeting scheduled between him and Barcelona and his agent Moussa Sissoko. Let's now discuss some injury updates around the first team at Barcelona. Just one update again on Ansu Fati coming in from Mundo Deportivo. They've come out saying that Ansu Fati's recovery has gone well, but no risk will be taken. He won't play against Sevilla or Eintracht Frankfurt 100%. Even the game against Levante will be a bit premature. He could return on the second leg against Eintracht Frankfurt or the La Liga match against Cadiz afterwards. It depends on his progress. To be honest, I don't think he'll play until after Cadiz. I think we have Real Sociedad or something like that. He could be on the bench. The club won't risk him. The club are going to take their time with this. He may not even play for the rest of the season. That could be a possibility. We're all hearing that, oh, he's going to come back against Levante, yada, yada, yada. Javi Miguel came out saying that. Helena Codés from Cope came out saying that. Golov came out saying that. I don't believe it whatsoever. The club are going to take their absolute sweet time with Ansu Fati. I'd be shocked if he even started a match in the month of April. I think in May is when we'll really see Ansu Fati come back for those final few games of the season, and hopefully for the Europa League final as well if we are there. So I'll have to wait and see what happens with Ansu Fati, but again, the club will take their time and no risk will be taken. Now the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is that next season's warm-up kits have been leaked. They're on the screen right now. On the left is the home warm-up kit, and on the right is the away warm-up kit. That left one, the home one, looks absolutely hideous. I mean, looks like my 5-year-old brother drew that. I don't like that. Right one, bit plain. It's supposed to represent the Olympics that were held in Barcelona in 1992. I like the gold badge and the gold Nike swoosh, but pretty average. But that home one is going to be very, 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 very painful to look at for the entire season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you gonna buy these two? Maybe I might buy the right one if it's on sale, but that left one, I'm staying clear. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly about Mo Salah and Lewandowski. If you could sign one player this summer as that marquee signing for Barcelona, who would you sign out of the two and why? Secondly, on Raphinha, how much would you pay for him? Just 25 million euros only, 25 plus Mingueza plus Ricky Puig plus maybe even Trincao, or would you offer more, 40 plus 10 million euros fixed? Thirdly, on Azpilicueta and Mazraoui, do you think these two deals are possible for Barcelona, and what do you think will happen with them? And finally, on Gavi, do you think he'll end up renewing his contract at Barcelona? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.